Hey, Western Heights family. You know, the older I get, the more different concepts of time that I have. Like some things that I thought would take forever seem now on the other side of it like they weren't all that long ago. And people that I thought were so old before don't feel that old the older I get. It's just fascinating how our concept of time kind of shifts throughout years. Think about it this way. 20 years ago, 20 years for me was literally half a life ago. I mean, that seems like a long time. And I don't remember tons of things that may have happened 20 years ago. But I do remember something that happened almost 20 years to the day. See, I was at a Bible majors retreat. I was a freshman at Harding. And so we were all there at this Bible majors retreat, and I remember someone coming in and saying something happened. A plane had crashed, and we prayed for our country. I don't remember much beyond that until we left our little excluded Bible majors camp where we didn't have TVs going, we didn't have the news broadcast. We came back to campus, and there in the student center, I see on the TV a replay of a plane going in to the World Trade Center. I'm sure every one of you that were alive in that time, 20 years ago, could pinpoint exactly where you were, what you were doing, and what you felt in that moment. It was powerful. Not necessarily for good. But it never ceases to amaze me that me and my little corner at Harding University could have this one experience. And then someone living in New York State could have this one experience, and someone living in Oregon could have the same experience, or you name it, all the way across the world could have this moment in which every one of us remembers. See, that's the power of a shared experience. The shared experience of 9/11 rocked our world as Americans. It was very similar to the attack on Pearl Harbor. It changed America. Some for the better and maybe some not. But that shared experience put us together. Church attendance rose. A lot of bipartisan things that were like we were against each other with parties, and then all of a sudden we came together. Republicans and Democrats worked together. It was an amazing time because we all had this shared experience. There's part of me that longs for more shared experiences, but I don't want tragedies. I don't want our nation to have to go through that again. So I turn towards the church. You see, the church, walk with Christ, it's a shared experience. See, it doesn't matter when you came to Christ. It doesn't matter how long you've been walking with Christ. It doesn't matter how long your faith journey has been. The thing is, we all have a shared experience. I'm reminded of this every time there's a baptism. Every time there's a baptism, my mind goes back to my baptism that I remember so vividly. It goes to my kids' baptisms that I remember very clearly. It goes to others, significant ones that I have baptized or been part of the process of their baptism. And it's the shared experience encapsulated in this act of baptism that draws us all together. But even more so, it's the reason we're baptized. The shared experience goes way beyond just the physical act. See, when Jesus was about to go to the cross, he knew what the cross was going to mean to the world. He knew what was going to happen, but he also knew what it was going to mean immediately for his disciples. This is tragedy coming. He's about to be martyred. He's going to leave them. But he tries to encourage them, saying, this event is going to be an experience that changes the world. And so he tells them in John 14:27, I'm going to be leaving you, but I leave you with a gift. The gift is a peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give is a gift that the world cannot give, so don't be troubled or afraid. See, Jesus knew what was going to happen, and he knew that it was going to rock their world. But he also knew that they were going to take this moment The shared experience of Jesus dying on a cross, and they were going to understand whenever he was resurrected that this right here is something worth it. This is something that's going to change the world. And it's going to be a shared experience for untold numbers of people that follow Christ. May we, as a church, lean upon the shared experience of Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection to push us into the work that he called us to. Very similar as Americans, whenever the shared experience of 9/11 hit, that it pushed us into a work of unity. Maybe we don't need another tragedy to strike for us to do the good that God has called us to. So as we remember 9/11 this weekend, as we pray for those that are still dealing with the aftermath of the effects of that, may we use it as a tool of remembrance for what Christ has done and the shared experience that drives us into the godly things that he has in store for us. Love you guys.